Hi, welcome to City of Hope. My name is Jasmine, and I am your host. If this is your first time joining us today, City of Hope is a show that likes to be a beacon of light, hope, and strength for the city of Manchester and the state of New Hampshire, bringing resources on. We bring on a multitude of resources, not just geared towards substance use disorder, but to help end suffering in any way. We're excited to be here with you guys today, and we're excited to have our co-host Jennifer with us. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jazz. Happy to be here.
She's killing it.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to be here also, and super excited that we have Austin from the Plymouth House, who's going to tell us a lot about that and about Guardian, and known you for a bit now in different locations and in different roles, and super happy that you're here and super excited to hear more about the Plymouth House.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with both of you. You know, I've known you since we were teenagers.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and I met you when I came to the field. So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those like full circle things, especially when we look
For
back
sure.
where we were as teenagers. You know, we were doing a lot of partying back then,
I've
right?
heard some things.
Yes. Our area was very rambunctious, to put it lightly. You know, so
Lives transformed.
yes,
perhaps?
very
Yes.
yeah. I mean, if you look back to when we were kids, it's like we never would have thought we would have been here.
Oh my God, for sure.
You know, so it's.
I didn't even have a desire to be
Didn't
here.
yeah, I don't even think I knew how to spell the word recovery, let alone what it
Yeah.
looked like then.
Yeah.
You know, so it's an amazing opportunity to be here with you guys, you know, and help spread the word and hope to people struggling with substance abuse and mental health.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm with the Plymouth House, which is under the umbrella of Guardian. We have 2 treatment centers. We have, well, in New England at least, we have one in New Hampshire, which is the Plymouth House. Been around for over 20 years now. Residential inpatient detox, substance abuse primary, and then we have Pine Tree, which is in Portland, Maine. Huge resource for the community out there in Portland. A lot of sober living's connected to it. That is also an inpatient for detox and residential. And then we also have Bishop out there, which is primary mental health IOP.
Oh, no kidding.
Ooh, I didn't
Yeah.
know about that.
I didn't know that about that either.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
another huge resource.
Out in Maine?
Out in Maine,
What
yeah.
part of Maine?
I think it's one of the outskirt towns of Portland.
Okay.
I'm still learning all the
Yeah, no,
names.
all good, all
Yeah,
good.
I'm still learning all the
It's
names.
really good for me to know other mental health programs. You know,
Yeah.
as we have a primary mental health program.
Absolutely.
Same with me, because
Yeah.
I'm at Serenity now. So,
Yeah.
and I understand. I'm trying to learn all the Massachusetts places. I'm like,
Yeah, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, it's like a lot of the towns have the same names.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, so
Yes,
it's easy
it
for
is
me to
true.
remember.
Yes,
When I
yeah.
got to Maine, I was like, Scarborough?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I know what that is. You know, so I'm still learning all the names up there in that area as well. New Hampshire is my main territory that I focus on, but of course, you know, we work as a regional team, you know, and have great community relations and partnerships. You know, of course, we have Serenity. We work with Serenity as well, and we have a great community relationship with Heartfelt. So, you know, it's a blessing to be a part of this community. Right, I've been in and out of this community since 2016. I didn't take it serious and actually utilize the resources until 2021 when I got sober. You know, so it's Manchester was where I destroyed my life. Well, part of where I destroyed my life, and it's
I was
where,
going to say a little bit of Laconia.
a little bit of Laconia. Yeah, I moved to
Yeah.
Manchester permanently in 2017, and I've been here ever since. And then I rebuilt my life in Manchester. You know, so there's a lot of, you know, people will say, "Oh, it's crazy down in Manchester," but there is a lot of hope and there is a lot of beauty down here, right? Because it's like wherever there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of huge recovery scene. It's kind of like the nature of the beast. And, you know, when I was ready to utilize it and utilize the tools that I was taught from people that I was able to meet through treatment or the community, the resources are right there. And that's one of the beautiful parts about Manchester is like when you're ready to utilize it, it's there.
absolutely.
You know, so I still live in Manchester to this day.
I love that. I always say, like, wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Right? And it's when you're ready, it's a new perspective. And it used to be like wherever I went, there I was a problem. And now it's like wherever I go, there I am. And like there's power in that when you're recovering from a hopeless state of
Yeah,
mind and
there
body.
really is. It's like I can't tell you how many times I tried the geographical cure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I thought going to Miami, Florida would help get me sober. I was gravely mistaken. I was gravely mistaken when I went down there to get sober. You know, I tried to go to other areas, and it's like, you know, I really enjoy the fact that I was able to do it in
Yeah,
Manchester.
I love that.
You know, it's huge. I love the community down here.
What was like the turning point for you? Like what was different in 2021 that you didn't have previously before?
I mean, to put it simply, it's like I just went through enough self-imposed pain, right? It's like by that point I went to treatment 24 times. And when I tell you I went 24 times, a lot of those stays were about 8 hours, right? And it's like when I would check in, I had every intention of getting sober. It's just the obsession of the disease would kick in, the mental twist that we always hear people talk about. It's like I'd get through the gate, I'd do my admission, I'd be like, I think I'm going to do it this time, right? And then I'd go to my room or I'd go to the first group and, RID would kick in, the obsession, the mental twist, and I'd be like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And they'd be like, why are you leaving this time? I'd be like, well, I need to go get a haircut and there's no barbers here. And they're like, you don't have hair. And I'm like, well, people out there, they need me. Like I'd always have an excuse. And this last time was the first time in all of my running with drugs and alcohol where it's like I truly actually felt hopeless. Like all the other times, like I'm like, I'll find my way out of this.
I actually love that you brought that up because I feel like oftentimes so many people are trying to shelter people from feeling pain.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's that very pain that they need to feel to be able to change their life.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much work being done to help individuals be comfortable, which of course, like, we have one life. We don't want to live it unnecessarily suffering, but sometimes we need to face that suffering so we have the willingness to change the behavior. And
It's 100% true. It's like I had to experience that level of mental, physical, and spiritual pain in order to motivate me to go to any lengths. They talk about it obviously in the big book, the desperation of a drowning man. I like to say woman as well, so it applies to both. But a desperation of a drowning man and woman, right? I had to access that level of pain through my own choices and how I was living in order to truly get to that level of where I was willing to go to any lengths, right? And I seen the 12 steps work for so many people, right, including yourself. Like I remember seeing you when I'd bounce in and out of the community. I think you were working for Granite at the time. You would speak. I'd see other people. Drew, I was in treatment with Drew. So like, I see him killing it. He's a case manager. I'm still out there using. And I'm like, okay, so I know these people have utilized this method that I've purposely tried not to use because it's uncomfortable because I have to look at myself, know. And it's like, dude, I have everything to gain by trying this and nothing to lose.
well, that's the key word that you just said. It's uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Yes, I know, and I feel like that obviously individuals don't want to be uncomfortable, but I do feel like too there's like a lot of agencies these days that really also don't push people to get uncomfortable, and that's where the growth and growing is in the uncomfortability, and that's what we need to do to grow and to change.
Yeah, it's like
I'm so grateful that I went through treatment back when I did because as someone who works in treatment now and, has relationships with many other, treatments and facilities, treatment is just done so differently today.
so differently.
And I don't know that I would get sober.
Yeah, it is.
I just don't know. Like, I had no other option but to. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, hey, like, we're going to take care of X, Y, and Z for you and do this for you and da, 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 da. Like, if people did those things that I do for people today, I don't think that
No.
I would have the willingness to.
No, because it's like one of the huge things, one of the huge terms I used to use back when we went to treatment, I'm sure when you went to treatment, hard truths.
Yeah.
Hard truths. You don't hear that ever get said nowadays, but like, I had to have people give me the hard truths.
Yeah.
And be like, listen, I know you have this thing in your head of what you think your life is and that you're good at doing these things that are not good for you or others and unspiritual, but here's the hard truth. You're not good at any of those things.
Well, speaking honestly is very biblical.
Biblical,
right?
yeah.
You know,
And
like,
I had to have those hard truths. And it was like they said those things to me through the years, but they really rang out in my mind when I was on my last run. I was like, okay, I'm not good at hustling. I'm not good at this. I'm not good. Like, this is not something that I should be doing in my life. I'm putting all this negative energy towards these things in my life. What would happen if I took all this energy and put it towards something positive, not only helping myself, but helping others?
so there's a lot that happened between you getting sober to you ending up at Plymouth House. What are the things that happen in that? Because I want to talk about Plymouth House too, but you personally just have such a powerful testament, and this show is about how we can help people. So, what are the things that happen from the
So,
a little
like,
walk down memory lane, please?
Yeah, so I checked in 2000, actually a couple days will be my 5 years. So
Let's go.
yeah,
Okay.
so I checked in July 24th to detox, which was my 25th time,
Hold on, real quick, so we remember. What day is your 5 years?
July 24th.
July 24th.
Yeah, I don't remember what it said.
2 days after Matthew's birthday. So
Okay, all right. Well, we're-
That's,
okay,
you know,
all
Don't
right.
do anything too
The way
special.
I bring-
Well, you don't, yeah.
Don't do anything
We're
too
not gonna do
special.
anything crazy.
Have
We're
you
just
met
gonna-
Jasmine?
Yeah, I know.
Wait, where do you live?
Yeah. I live in Manchester.
No,
I'll leave it
just
at that.
kidding.
But
Oh,
yeah,
we'll find out.
I checked in, and it was a fight for me to get in. And it's a long story, but like I still had reservations that were killing me slowly, of like trying to do things the easier, softer way. And I was like, I'll just do detox and I'll leave. And I'm like, dude, how many times you gotta do this? You know, or I'll just do detox and I'll just do half a res. And I'm like, you know, I was trying to find the easier, softer way because, of course, I was still in active use, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Trying to control it.
Trying to
still.
control
Yeah.
it, and you know, I was able to find somebody that was willing to sponsor me in active use. Like I reached out to a few people, and they're just like, they knew how I was, and they were like, you need to get into treatment before we can even start doing anything because you're very stubborn, you don't listen, and you're unpredictable, and da 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 da. So I was able to find somebody who's still in this community to this day, and he was able to kind of rope me in. So he got me to check in. I went in. I did every level of care, no questions asked. I did detox, residential, PHP, IOP. I had to be locked down for it too. I couldn't do like the community PHP. Like I had to be in a center because like I wasn't good out in the wild yet. You know, like I still had to stay like locked down. So I did all those, and then I knew I had to do sober living. There was a lot of things, like the way I sum it up when I talk to clients that are still struggling, I'm like, a lot of things you do in recovery, you don't want to do it first.
That's right.
But you know you need to. Like, you know, inside your head, you're like, I know I need to do this, right? But of course, like, your first thought is like, dude, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to go to, I was 32 at the time. I'm like, I don't want to go back to sober living for the 10th time. But I was like, what else am I going to do? I'm acting like
That's
I have.
crazy. I got sober at 32.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
crazy.
and it's like, I look at it, like, I had to get real with things and be
Yeah.
like, what do you think is waiting out there for you if you do not take this opportunity, which could be your last? Like, do you think it's just going to get worse? That's been the motto. Every time you go out and use, it gets worse. You reach more depths of self-imposed misery that you didn't know exist. You know, so I did sober living. I was actually one of the first clients at home. It was when it first opened on Wilson Street. So I went there, and I just locked in. It took me a couple weeks to get back to a job. So I literally went to, and it was right up the road. That was one of the nice things, right up the road from the Hope Center. So I went to the Hope Center 3 times a day. So many times in a day, I was like, I think I'm going too much. But like, realistically, it's like, no, you can't go to too many meetings, right? And one of the best things my sponsor taught me, and he was like, you need to learn that there's no such thing as a bad meeting. And it took me a second to figure out what he meant when he said that. And he's like, if you truly have your ears open, you will always learn something from a meeting.
That's true.
You know, and I was like, and it took about 2 days for me to figure out what he meant, because at first I thought he was just trying to be smart with me. And I was like, no, he is right. There is no such thing as a bad meeting. If you're truly listening, you have your eyes open, and you have your heart open, and you're looking to connect with somebody, you will always learn something from these meetings. You know, so I went to meetings, slowly got back. I was a personal trainer. That's what I did before. I'd bounce into that. But long story short, I did personal training, and then I got into the field. Through a suggestion through my sponsor. He's like, why don't you try working in recovery? I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to do that. And he's like, why? I'm like, I don't know if I like people. Truth is, I did like people. I just didn't like myself at the time. So that was the lie I would tell myself, is that I didn't like
People are a lot, though.
Yeah, people are a lot, right? So, yeah, so they are, right? So to fast forward the story, I started as a third shift tech. Did third shift at Blueprint, which is no longer around. And then I went to second shift. Then I went to Granite, was first shift, became case manager, worked there with, you know, again, Drew and Jeff.
Shout out to Granite.
Yeah, shout out to Granite. Worked there with Drew and Jeff.
We've all worked at Granite, and we all
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Well, it's like,
you were at the Granite House, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I always tell people that get into the field, I'm like, one of the phrases I like to use, if you can make it at Granite, you can make it anywhere.
And they're
We
just
were
so
NFA,
integral
so-
with
Yeah.
their systems and, you
Yeah.
know, their policies and procedures and their way of operations. If you learn it that way,
Yeah.
you know, whenever you go anywhere from there, you're like, well, I actually...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still say it's like old school Granite.
Yeah, it's
Granite.
old school Granite,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a great place to really get experience.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like There's no coincidence when you look at people that are working in the community. Like a lot of them, like us, got their start working there, or as clients, right? You know,
They brought us up.
They brought us up, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
we
so
spread our wings, and now we're out flying
now
doing
we're
different
out
things.
spreading the word, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I worked there, but I also I had to find the balance. One of the big things for me in early recovery was discipline, balance, and consistency. Right, I had to find the balance of making sure my job was not my recovery, and then I had a real community, a real recovery going on outside of there, right? So I stayed locked in on my 4th step, finished that, started sponsoring people after that, and men's, which obviously I don't think amends ever really end, but you know, I'm working on those as well, you know, the living amends, things like that. Stayed embedded in the community, stayed very low key. I was very low key for the first couple years of my recovery. Probably more low-key than I needed to be, but for someone with my mentality, it's what I needed. I needed just to, like, keep my head down and, like, locked in. Because it was, for where I was in my life at that point, it was easy for me to get sidetracked with things that would take my eye off the ball. So I had to, like, really just, like, keep my head down and focus. And just take it, I couldn't take it one day at a time. I had to take it 1 minute at a time. I tell clients that a lot. I'm like, I was very impulsive. I was a very fast-paced person. And I had to literally just take it 1 minute at a time and with what life or the higher power of my understanding presented me and work through it. And, you know, life's a beautiful thing. And I stayed focused. I continued to work on myself every day. All I'm trying to do is be better than who I was yesterday. And here I am 5 years later, blessed enough to work for the Plymouth House, you know, which has a long history in New Hampshire, New England.
Helped so many people.
So many people.
Literally, like, programs base their program off of the Plymouth House. Yeah.
It's true. Like
Legendary.
Legendary, right?
Yes.
And it's like, I knew it was a good program. I obviously at the time I didn't have access to go up there as a client when I was out there struggling. But then when I started working for them and I went up there and not just saw the facility but saw the team, I was like, wow, I'm blessed. I was
What are some of your favorite things about the Plymouth House?
Not like the atmosphere. The atmosphere is, I have never seen a treatment center in all my experience of going to treatment in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Florida, Arizona, that's more tranquil.
That is true, actually.
Yeah, it is so quiet and
Yeah.
conducive environment for a client's recovery. When I do tours,
The grass is so green there,
So
too.
green.
It literally is.
It's like it
You're
doesn't
not
even-
saying the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Have you seen the grass at Plymouth House?
Yeah, it's so quiet, and it's quiet in a conducive way where a client can truly focus on themselves and they not get caught up in the chaos that can happen sometimes in treatment centers.
The ground is so beautiful. You guys have the chapel there,
The chapel,
too.
yeah, it's like I love doing tours up there.
Yeah.
And like when I bring people up there, it's just like, dude, how is this so quiet?
One thing that I noticed about the Plymouth House, too, is it's like the team appears to be very unified. Like, you
Oh, yeah.
all walk
Huge.
together.
Yeah, the team aspect up there is something I've never been blessed enough to have it. Of course, I've always worked for good teams, but it's just, so like a majority of the staff is alumni.
Yeah.
Which I think ties into how strong the program is. Like, of course, you go to treatment centers, there's a few alumni there. I'd say like 80% of the people are alumni.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like one of the few that's not alumni.
So it's not just a job.
It's
like
not
this
just a
is
job.
like their purpose and their mission.
Yeah.
Like they are bought in.
Yeah, like the place, you know, touches their heart so much that
Yeah.
they want to come back and give back to the clients the experience. Like the maintenance guys and alumni, the kitchen staff's alumni, case managers, clinicians, my boss, like they're all
Well,
alumni.
then who is your boss?
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's my regional.
You guys
She's
have
great.
Shannon, who's great. You guys have
Yeah.
Julie. You have Mike Matz.
Julie's amazing.
You
Yeah,
have-
Mike's amazing. He does the 12 steps up there, and like
Yeah.
they're just they truly put their heart into what they're doing up there, you know, and give
And
the
so at
clients
the
the best
Plymouth
experience.
House, we have detox,
Detox,
residential,
PHP.
PHP.
There is PHP, yes,
Okay.
and then virtual IOP after.
and virtual IOP.
Yes.
So we can go to this beautiful, tranquil place
Yeah.
with staff that's
For a long
all
time.
united and aligned
Yeah.
for the entire continuum of care.
Entire continuum
What do
of
they
care.
work with for insurances?
So we work with commercial. We're in all major commercials, and we're with Medicaid.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That's
You
beautiful.
know, so it's great
how
to have
does
those
how
options.
does someone get a hold of you?
Someone can get a hold of me. should I say my number? I don't know.
How do you guys yield admissions? Where do they call?
They call into the admissions line, or if they have access, they call into my number. A lot of people do have access to my number. I don't know how people are gonna see this, so I don't know if I want to say my phone number. But yes, they reach it. I should have brought my business card that has my admissions line. But yeah, they can reach out. But I am on social media. If you
can Google the Plymouth House.
You can Google the Plymouth House.
They have social media. You can find Plymouth House on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely. Many resources. We're tied into the doorways.
Yeah.
We have great working relationships with the doorways. They send up people to us all the time. So you can reach out to them, reach out to me on social media. Friends with a lot of people on Facebook. It might not seem like I'm on there, but I do check it.
I lectured him before we started here to be posting more.
Yeah, I need to stop. I need to stop being more.
Yeah.
More.
Which is what I was thinking about your anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to post?
So yeah.
Oh Jesus.
And I was gonna have my big community page reshare it for you.
My girlfriend was looking at my Facebook and she's like, you haven't posted on there. She's like, you posted like a picture every couple of years, but you haven't made a real post since 2012. And I was like, she's like, what have you used it for? I'm like, well, I made some posts in 2016, 17, but I deleted them when I got sober because they were embarrassing. I was like, but you're right, I haven't used it. I'm like, I just keep it for like family. Well, now obviously I'm utilizing it more to be more of a resource for people in the community.
That's right,
It's a great, social media is, a great resource across the board for people in the recovery community, because it's like you never know when someone might not be comfortable picking up the phone.
I can't tell you how
That's
many
the
people
messenger.
reach out to me over Messenger. I need help.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that I yield most for referrals through Messenger.
Yeah,
A lot.
it's
Yeah.
true. 100%. No,
Yeah.
I started using. Once I kind of came over to this role, I was like, I need to turn my Messenger notifications on. And I turned them on, and it's like, a lot of people do reach out, and I think that's one of the great things in this being this day and age is that like there's so many different. I used to say it all the time when I used to teach groups. There's no better time to be somebody that needs the resources in recovery than now. Because it's so, I remember in 2015, like trying to go to treatment. Good luck, waiting lists.
There was no sober living.
There was no sober
It was just
living.
starting point back
Yeah.
then. Around
Farnham would be like, call us in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So I want to know a little bit more too about your two main locations.
Yeah, 2 main locations. So, Pine Tree is detox.
That's Portland?
Portland, Maine.
Portland,
Yep.
okay.
We have a lot of sober livings attached to it as well.
Yeah.
But so it's detox, residential, PHP. We help set them up with the sober livings, if they want to do the PHP, IOP as well. And then Bishop is primary mental health.
Inpatient.
So right now it's just IOP.
IOP.
IOP, outpatient.
So a traditional outpatient center.
Traditional
Okay.
outpatient center. Of course, community IOP or virtual IOP as well.
Okay.
We're working on being able to open that resource in New Hampshire for virtual. Right now, it's just exclusively Maine, but we're working on opening that resource for New Hampshire and Massachusetts as well.
And what insurances are they in network with?
So it's all typically the same. We're major commercials, Main Care, Main Care, Main Care for Pine Tree, and then TRICARE.
Okay.
TRICARE as
Oh,
well.
TRICARE, that's
Yeah,
cool.
so there we do accept some TRICAREs up there as well.
That's good.
So,
Yeah, we have a veterans program too. I'm working with a veteran right now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the veterans program. Yeah.
Yeah, it
some of
is.
the best
It's
people.
huge when you're able to help the VA and work with them.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful resource to have.
Yeah.
So
Guardian as a whole is very big.
Very
right?
big, yeah.
So if someone.
nationwide.
I was gonna say, someone has a bias against treatment in New Hampshire or Maine, that's okay, don't worry,
Yeah.
we have options,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm still learning every state we have centers in, but I know we have centers in Dallas, obviously Texas, Florida, New Jersey, Colorado.
Colorado's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources out there. I mean, at my first team meeting, I go into this team meeting and there's like 50 people, and I'm like, they're like, you want to introduce yourself? I was like, yeah. Yeah, my name's Austin. Nice to meet everybody, and it's like.
So hard to not
'cause
say
I-
Austin alcoholic.
Yeah, it's like, because it's like I knew of the Plymouth House, but I didn't realize it was attached to a national chain of treatment centers, which all have the same program.
Yeah.
Right, all the programs are based off the Plymouth House.
You know what's really cool too about the Plymouth House, which I guess is an outsider perspective, so I don't know that it's entirely true, is you watch treatment centers that have larger organizations, right?
Yeah.
Like that oversee them, and they lose what makes them so special,
Yeah.
right? Because you have policies and procedures and systems that you have to adhere to from mom and dad,
Yeah.
but they don't really make sense for you down
No.
here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like Plymouth House has lost its way in all of that. When,
No.
as a matter of fact, I have not toured Plymouth House in probably a year now. But last time I was there, a conversation I was actually having was how Guardian actually really just allows you guys to do your own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it still holds on to the core principles that built that program. It still holds on to its home roots, and I think that was one of the refreshing things when I went up there. It's just like you can feel the heart and soul of everybody that works so hard to keep that program what it was when they went through, and to give clients that experience. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful company
I
to
feel
be part
like
of.
for something like the Plymouth House, I wish we could like have pictures, just
I know,
show
I
it,
know.
just when everybody. Yes.
Yeah,
It's so beautiful.
It's the first time I saw it, I was in awe.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I was like, I've never, and then I got used to touring the place, and like now I do the tours, and I'm just like, this is, I'm like, I got keys to the place,
I was like, do I want to
Wild.
work here? This is so nice.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, so it's a blessing to be a part of that company and to have such a beautiful team of individuals around me, and have great community relationships, with Heartfelt and Serenity, and because at the end of the day, it's like by ourselves we're strong, but together we're stronger.
For sure, yeah, and we know that when we send someone up to you guys, like they are going to be treated with integrity and dignity, and that they are going to get really good care. And then also we know that you guys are going to communicate like effectively with us.
You're in the chat with us. I mean,
Yeah.
you see how
Yeah.
me and Julie are, like, you guys know pretty much play by play of how it's going until they admit, and then after that play by play of how their care is going.
Yeah.
And when they're coming back, and you guys do the same with
And
us.
what I will say too is, more often than not, someone doesn't want to come back to us because they love it there, which is like beautiful. Kudos to you guys.
They make it
right?
back to you guys.
They
though.
do.
They make it back.
But
Yeah.
they love it
They do,
there.
yeah.
Because we used to have the same thing when I worked at Serenity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The clients loved it there.
They do.
So but
Yeah, that gets tricky too.
we're almost out of time here. So a few things. So for anyone that is struggling or wants to know more about the Plymouth House, they can look you up on social media,
Social media.
they can also Google the Plymouth House and call the Plymouth
Yep,
House.
absolutely. Call the admissions team. The number's right up there. Yeah, reach out to me on social media, any of those avenues. I feel like a lot of people that see this probably will have my number. Call me directly. Very responsive. Very responsive. I am, though. I answer instantly. And, it's a blessing to be in this journey with you guys and to be able to help people out there that are still struggling.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.